Hi, I'm Fred Kowal, President of United University Professions, and I would like to take a couple of minutes of your time to bring you up to date on the efforts that your union has been making and will continue to make on your behalf. Our central goals have been, since the start of this crisis, have been to protect the lives and the health and well-being of all of our members and their families. We believe that we have taken some steps to do that, but many more steps need to be made. We are also, of course, fighting to protect the well-earned professional protections that we have and that we've earned through all of the rounds of negotiations for contracts over the years. Let's start with the health and well-being of our members. First and foremost, there are members at the hospitals, the 3 SUNY hospitals in Syracuse, in Brooklyn, and at Stony Brook. Clearly, our members there deserve all the respect and honor for the work that they are doing to stem this plague. Personally, I thank all of you who are on the front lines to do the work of healing and protecting the rest of us. It is difficult for me to put into words how grateful I am for your commitment and your work and your courage above all. Now, what we have been doing, along with the chapter leadership at Stony Brook, at Downstate and Upstate, is to ensure that the proper protections are in place for everyone who is treating patients who have the COVID-19 disease. It hasn't been easy because, as we know, the federal government has moved far too slowly in providing what is necessary. But we have joined with our national affiliate, the American Federation of Teachers, with state and local leaders to demand that the federal government step it up and provide our members with the protections that they need. We are working diligently at the state level and at the chapter level to make sure that those who are working extra hard to protect our communities earn overtime pay or comp time, whatever they may want, in order to compensate them for the work that they are doing. We are also, at the same time, working strenuously to ensure that as many of our colleagues are defined as non-essential employees and can work from home, or even if they are essential employees, also similarly can work from home. We have proposed rotation systems, anything that can be done in all of the offices and services at the hospitals, and for that matter, at the other campuses across SUNY, to ensure that the fewest number of us are in precarious positions with regard to the coronavirus. Last weekend, we were able to negotiate with the Governor's Office of Employee Relations in SUNY an agreement that would allow for more individuals to telecommute from home and not have to go to their offices and be exposed. Now, with the governor's most recent announcements, more of us are going to be mandated to work from home. The telecommuting program will protect our members and ensure that they can work from home while at the same time their professions are protected. We have been informed by chapter leaders and by rank and file members that there are campuses in this system that are not moving as fast as they need to. We are fighting at the statewide level to ensure that the governor's message that the number of people exposed must be reduced to a bare minimum. We are fighting daily with multiple phone conversations with the leadership of SUNY, with the Governor's Office of Employee Relations, and with the Governor's Office directly to ensure that more and more campuses and specific offices in those campuses reduce the number of individuals who are having to go into work and potentially be exposed. There are a lot of areas where we're concerned and we're highlighting when we go to the state. People in admissions who may or may not have to go out on the road and recruit. We don't see any way that can happen, especially now with the most recent governor's order. Financial aid offices, residential life staff, those who work in the educational opportunity programs, those who work in the EOC centers, those who work in libraries, the IT staff that in a slightly different format are also finding a great deal of pressure on them because of the preparatory work they are doing as we shift the academic delivery of the work we do to online. So all of these areas and more are places where we have gone to SUNY and gone to the state to argue for a more expansive definition of non-essential employees. It is not easy, but we also know that even if someone is defined as essential, the reality is under the telecommuting agreement, they also can work from home potentially and simply be called back in those circumstances when they may be needed. And it's important for you to know that, and I'm going to repeat that. Even if you are defined as essential, you can still work out with your supervisor an arrangement where you're telecommuting and simply return to work when they call you in for a specific task that needs your presence. It is not cut and dried. Just because you're defined as essential does not mean that you have to be on campus. Now you might ask, how exactly can I reach out to the leadership of my union and inform them of situations that are problematic, that are difficult, that are causing you stress, that are causing you fear? It's perfectly normal to be fearful right now. We've all had many moments of fear as we face this mysterious illness and the devastating consequences it can have on our families and on ourselves. At our UUP info website, right here on this website, there's a portal where you can go to and you can submit questions and concerns and comments. We get those, we study them, and we will respond as quickly as possible. Sometimes the we includes our chapter leaders at your campus, a labor relations specialist who works with all of the chapters on contractual matters and other matters that pertain to our professional lives. That's the avenue I would recommend. But if you know your chapter's leadership and you work with them constantly, that's the most direct avenue. But either way, let us know if you're not sure if you're being treated in a way that protects you and protects your professional lives. We are working with the state, with counties, and with the city of New York to try to create child care possibilities and opportunities for all our members to utilize. We're continuing to work on that. It is a priority. Yes, we have a lot of priorities. We have to. We have never faced an emergency like this. We have never faced a crisis like this. We have never faced a challenge as a union, as a university, as a state, as a nation. Nothing like this has ever occurred. It's calling on us to work in a dedicated fashion to serve each other and to serve our members, most of all, those of whom are on the front lines of the crisis. Now it is now a governor's mandate that gatherings beyond a very small number are simply illegal. We at UUP headquarters have had to make adjustments. I'm recording this at home. And going forward, all of the messages weekly that you see from me will be recorded at home. We will have a small skeleton staff at UUP headquarters, but we all have access to the website and to the portal and to our phones. We will respond to any calls, any requests, any needs that you may have as quickly as possible. We will not be able to solve every problem. That's the reality of our world. It is unfortunate, but it is true. But know that we are putting every ounce of energy we have as officers of the union, as staff, and as chapter presidents and chapter officers and labor relations specialists across this state. We are doing everything we can to help you, to help each other. It's a difficult time. We will continue to fight through this weekend. We will continue to stay on the phones to work with SUNY and the Governor's Office of Employee Relations and anyone else we can get to. We have got to reduce the number of UUP members who are having to go into work and risk their lives. But I'm asking all of us to think, and if it is in your spiritual tradition, to pray for those who are on the front lines in SUNY's hospitals. They are keeping all of us safe, and we need them like never before. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. We are working. We will continue to work. We ask that all of us come together to support each other, to care for each other, to be compassionate at this most difficult, frightening, and dangerous time. We need each other like never before. I will be back with another message next week with an update. May not be till Friday, maybe sooner as we have more information. But we will keep you informed, and we will continue to fight to make everyone safe and secure in this time. Thanks very much, and please take care.